Okay, today we are going to take an old t-shirt and convert it into a reusable grocery bag. So here is what the finished product is going to look like. It looks, you can take bags that have shirts that have stains on them, whatever, and no sewing involved. You're going to just need a pair of scissors and an old t-shirt. The first thing you're going to do is turn the t-shirt inside out. So you're going to flip it inside out so that you can see these seams along the sleeves. You're going to start at the bottom of the sleeve. You're going to take your scissors and you want to clip just outside of that seam because we want to leave the seam on the bag. This makes it a little bit stronger. So then you're just going to trim all the way around until you have cut the sleeves off of the shirt and you've left the seam. And you're going to do that for both sides. It doesn't have to be really great cutting, but get as close as you can without cutting the seam. And some videos online will show you doing this and you cut the seam, but I cut it off. I like it on there because it makes your bag stronger and they don't stretch out as much. And if you're using an adult size shirt, the holes on the sides are plenty big. Another thing you can use these sleeves for, you can fold them, put them around your neck, use them as a mask. Like when COVID first started and we didn't have masks, you could use it for that. You can also cut them into strips and weave them into pot holders if you want to totally reuse each of those. So you're going to do that to the other side also, and then you're going to flip it right side out, or the side that you want to show when it is a bag. I like Baylor and I want that side to show. This just happens to be an old shirt that has the year on it and I don't really wear it anymore, so I thought I'll just reuse it and repurpose it and make it into a grocery bag. And I'll save plastic from getting into the landfills or, heaven forbid, into the ocean where it can cause so much trouble. So we're going to trim that off. Another good thing to use these for, if you have, if your folks have like a rag bag where, you know, like if you're working out on the shop or a car or something, these are great for oil rags and stuff like that. Alright, so we're going to turn this right side out and then we're going to flatten it and straighten it kind of a little bit. Now, we want to cut to where we have about, let's use the inches side. So from here to here is about 4 inches. So I'm going to just make a little nip right there. And we're going to cut kind of a half circle. And I want to go above the logo because I like the logo. And I'm going to get to the midpoint. Now once I get to the midpoint, I'm actually going to move it over and fold this to where it'll be somewhat symmetrical. And so now I'm going to use that as my guideline. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but just somewhat about the same. And again, the part that you cut off you can use when you change the oil in your car or truck or whatnot, so you throw that away or use it again. Alright, next we're moving to the bottom. Okay, now you want to get rid of this seam. Okay, now another way to do this is if you use a sewing machine, you can sew that edge, but we're going to just cut the edge off. So we're going to cut right along here. If you wanted your bag to be a lot shorter, you could cut it shorter if it's a really big t-shirt. Most of the adult smalls or youth larges aren't very big, so it's not a big deal. Now, we're going to use our ruler, and I want you to kind of find 3 centimeters wide, which is almost 2.5 is about an inch. So you could do it an inch wide, and about every inch you're going to cut. Now, when you cut, you're going to cut up approximately 10 centimeters. So that's going to be probably 2 cuts. So it'll be about that big. So this is actually, that's 9. So you could do 9 or 10 centimeters. And then you're just going to estimate, okay, that's about 2 fingers. Here's about 2 fingers. And you're going to cut again all the way across. And once you've got all of this cut, then you're going to go back, and on this side one, you're going to actually cut that one in half, because this becomes 2 pieces here, front and back. But you're going to tie this together, starting at the side, and you're going to tie it 2 times. So that's 1 knot, 2 knots. Then you go to the next 2, and you're going to tie that 1 time and 2 times, and you keep doing this until the bottom of your bag is complete. You just go back 2 times, kind of make it tight, and it makes kind of a frill. Now, if you don't want the frill to show, then you're going to turn it inside out and do your tying, so that when you flip it back the correct way, these will be on the inside. Okay, so you do that all the way across. Alright, so now we have our bag. You can put stuff in, and there's the bottom. And when you look down through the inside, you can see, you know, nothing would fall out. If you have really kind of a big holes here, that you can also take and cross tie one to another, and you can do that, and that kind of closes up any of those little gaps. But for most groceries, it's not going to fall open. And so you are ready. This is a washable, reusable grocery bag, ready to go.